Good evening. This is Weekdays with Wendy, and I'm reading to you from today's calendar page from the Love Your Neighbor No Exceptions calendar. The commandments: you shall not commit adultery, you shall not murder, you shall not steal, you shall not covet, and whatever other command there may be, are summed up in this one command: love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no harm to a neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law. And that scripture passage comes from Romans chapter 13, verses 9 and 10. The Apostle Paul was addressing the people and helping them to see the importance of love as a way of life. People then, as they do now, worry about what they should do or not do to live a life that's pleasing to God. And really, it's not that complicated. If you will live the tenet, love your neighbor as yourself, you'll be fulfilling the law. I saw this lived out in a man's life when I came across the article about Henry Darby. He's a high school principal of the North Charleston High School in North Charleston, South Carolina. 90% of his student body are part of families that live beneath the poverty line. And the pandemic has hit that population extremely hard. And so recently he took a second job to be able to help them. He took a job at Walmart during the night shift, and from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. each night, he stocks shelves at Walmart. Now, for the longest time, he never told his supervisor about his day job. He would get off work, change, and then be there at his high school to greet the students when they arrived. And 100% of that paycheck went to students who were in need. He said that he was particularly moved because he has students who are sleeping under bridges. He has former students who are sleeping in their car with their children. And he said at his age, he's not the generation that asks for help. He said, you just do what's needed. And so he took this second job, didn't really think about what he should or shouldn't do. He lived out of this sense of love and was able to give back to his students. The only thing he asked for in return was that they would eventually pay that forward. He said it's important for all of us to learn to help others. Love your neighbor as yourself, and you fulfill the law. It's not really that complicated. You don't have to think about things that you should do or shouldn't do. Just do what's needed for the people in your life. Love your neighbor as yourself. Have a great evening.